Yo, this suspended logic is the worst logic in television. It's the worst. It's the dumbest logic ever. It's the dumbest.
Say one thing. All I'm gonna say is one thing. I'm not saying it's true. You all know who Rod Thorne is, correct? You all know who Rod Thorne is?
Yes.
You don't know who Rod Thorne is?
Yes.
He was the vice president of the NBA back then. He was in charge of handing out suspensions. His son and I went to university together. And on one night, we were smoking some of your stuff, Damo. He told me Daddy suspended him. I don't know. Is it true or not? I don't know. That's
now. Last I checked, last I checked, the vice president of the company does not overtake the president of the company. So how does the vice president of the company overrule the president of the company?
If that's his job description, though, if his job description is going to hand out suspensions.
Joe Dumars is responsible for suspensions now, right?
Exactly. Just coincidentally, the time Jordan was off, is exactly the amount of time for a gambling suspension. Just coincidence. I'm just saying.
How many games is that?
It's the year and a half. It's
2 seasons.
It's months. It was however many months it was. It was to the day.
This is some of the worst logic I've ever heard about.
It makes so much more sense than dunking on the free throw line about running.
No, it doesn't. You know why it doesn't? Here's why this doesn't make sense.
You're gonna believe someone dunked from the free throw line without running, but believing that MJ got suspended for gambling issues is too far.
So let me make sure. Okay, so let me make sure.
He definitely had a gambling problem, Chilton.
No way.
Wait, did it hurt the Jordan case if he got suspended for a year and a half for you, Chill?
Does what hurt Jordan?
It doesn't make him a quitter. I'll say that.
That
helps him. It doesn't make him a quitter.
Okay, first and foremost, this is the logic that you guys are trying to sell me. Jordan had a gambling problem, right? Michael Jordan had a gambling problem.
That's proven.
We don't know exactly what we don't know what league rules he violated with his gambling. We don't know that.
We do know he owned a gang member. We do know that he owed a gang member $1 million. We know that.
God.
What he bet on, we don't know. What we bet on, we don't know.
Can you imagine?
Okay, first and foremost, no. Who is this gang member talking about?
In this social media era?
Who is this gang member he owed $1 million to?
I'll look up his name. But it is
okay.
So Jordan shooting dice with the GDs.
What we do know is that he owed a guy. What we do know is that he owed a guy some money. We know he owed a guy some money, and he paid him. That's what Jay did. But let's get back to him gambling. If I'm gambling, and I work for an organization that knows that I'm gambling, and they decide to suspend me, what is the integrity issue for bringing me back? So I work in a bank, and you found me stealing money. So you suspend me for a couple of days or a month or two, and then you bring me back to the bank. What's to say I'm not going to start stealing again?
But I'm saying if you get suspended
Why
for a year and a half,
why would the NBA let drama right back in the day?
But or anyone, why would you go to jail and then get reintroduced back into society? That's the whole point. That you learn your lesson, and then we can bring you back into the fold.
Definite,
wait, chill.
Are you equating? Whoa, this is nuts right here.
Listen. That's how punishment is
right
supposed to work. I believe in restorative justice, so don't.
I do too. 100%. I do. Everybody that's going to jail doesn't deserve to go to jail forever. However,
what I'm saying to you, Chill. Don't act like you ain't never been suspended for something and it didn't help you to develop into the better player or a better.
Correct.
You never been suspended.
Correct. However,
you never got
suspended from school. I've been suspended for school. Yes, I have. I've been kicked out of games before. However, I have never done anything that questions the integrity of the game. Gambling. Now we're talking about possibly, which we don't even know he was doing that. We don't know that he was questioning. We don't know. We don't
facts because they were wrong. So it was $57,000. He was a drug dealer. His name was James Slim Bueller.
It's actually Bowler. It's actually Bowler.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's actually Bowler.
And who else going to gamble with? Who else got money to gamble with Jordan?
Now I got a question. I got a question.
What you say?
Because Damo said a drug dealer. I'm like, that's who else gonna have the money to gamble with Jordan?
Total checks that he paid to Bowler was $108,000 in those days. It's like $1 million today.
He wrote a check to him. The only reason why we know about this because it was a paper trail. He wrote a check to the dude for $57,000. That's what he wrote a check to him for.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm still trying to figure out what he did wrong. I didn't know that on my day off. I didn't know on my day off.
You don't know what he bet on.
Once again, we was gambling. We were gambling.
No, but we don't know
exactly.
They were shooting dice.
The league found out.
Actually, they were on the golf course. They were on the golf course, and that's what they were betting on. They were on the golf course.
Hold on. Chill. I just watched one of my favorite shows of all time. I've seen Franklin Saint make deals on a golf course before. I've seen him gamble on a golf course. They wasn't gambling on golf though.
Right.
They wasn't gambling on golf. Who knows what Jordan was into? This could be snowball. Wait a minute. Is he Franklin Saint? Is that what you're telling me?
Are y'all saying that? Are you saying that Jordan?
What I'm asking. So
he paid that guy $108,000 that year. His salary $2.5 million. So that was a big chunk of change. That's a big chunk.
I don't see why his shoes was moving like that.
Yeah,
so, Swiper, to your point, Swiper, if I'm not mistaken, they were in court. This went to court, by the way.
You did.
This went to court. So if we really wanted to know what Jay was gambling on, we could ask him in court. And they didn't. And you know why they didn't?
No, why?
Because they didn't want it to be something to where when they find out he can never be in the league again. Don't ask. You leave the gray area to where he can possibly come back.
Yep.
So we covered it up to bring him back to risk this again.
He was rehabilitated.
He learned his lesson.
He learned his lesson. He's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
How he learned his lesson?
Chill.
If you have the option for MJ to come back or to never come back,
somebody do a background check on Chill. He know Jordan a little too well.
I don't know Jay like that. But what I'm trying to make sense of is the stuff that y'all making up. If I'm making sure I'm clear, the NBA did an investigation on Jordan, a deep investigation on Jordan. If we find out that this dude is gambling on games, just so y'all know, Pete Rose is out of baseball. They got phone conversations. Pete Rose is out of baseball. This is the best hitter in the history of baseball, Pete Rose. If they find out that David Stern, being the ultimate capitalist that he is, if he finds out that Jordan is gambling and tricking dough on games,
Jordan, the most successful entity in the sport ever of all time, the billionaire athlete himself. David Stern, go rehabilitate. We'll suspend you for a full year and a half, but please come back. Please come back, Jordan. Please come back, Jordan. Come save us.
We all know that Jordan was a gambling addict and he was going to get his gambling fix wherever. And this guy right here showed us that. Even in the back of the locker room, Jordan's going to get his fix.
You know what happened to him? Disappeared.
Joy way.